We're back, and we're in combat. So I guess let's just get to it.
Ready, set, fight.
Yeah. Previously on, you guys were fighting.
Let's fighting love.
What's that sleepy alien there up in the corner of the left?
That is
my hex first.
And then the little one down below is stunned right now.
Got it. Yeah, no, I don't want to fuck at that room. There's angry mushrooms in there.
So as near as I can tell, it's Crack Sizzle's turn. So let's go with that.
All right. So Crack Sizzle is going to. He's going to say, "Man, it feels like I've been standing still for a long time."
Oh, you have flashbacks of being petrified.
Yes.
Am I a statue? Is everyone a statue? Oh my god, you guys, my mind's getting blown.
Reuben's just like, no, you're saying that out loud.
Okay, so kind of just shaking the dust off the the marbler. Crack Sizzle goes for an attack. Yeah, he's like, I feel really kind of rusty, but here we go.
Let it be so.
So okay, I'm gonna attack this guy right in front of me.
That is a hit, sir. That's not. Did you roll twice?
I just double tapped. That's just a misclick.
All right, yeah, first one hit. So go ahead and roll damage.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. So you carve off a handsome-looking chunk of carapace, and the Ankeg oozes some green poison goop. He's not happy about that, but he's still gonna eat you.
Is he still stunned?
He's gonna skip his coming turn. Is what stunned will do.
He's stunned by this. He's never seen a bird person before.
So okay, then since I hit another creature, I'm gonna do just an extra attack.
If you do unarmed, you get bonus to AC, and if you do marbler, you have a chance to do more damage, I'm guessing.
I'm gonna do an unarmed just to give a little bit of punching.
Punch him.
Oof, boy.
Nice. Yeah. That's a hit.
Nice.
So wait, do you headbutt him?
He beaked him.
I beaked him. Just a quick one. And since I'm not poison, I know that he can disease me, so I just give him a little quick
peck. Little peck.
Yeah.
Peck on the cheek.
Can they? I thought it was that last dude that was a diseasey boy. No, these guys.
Well, these ones have acid.
Yeah, they're annoying, but I don't know if they can give you a poison.
Yeah.
So roll damage. That you just your peck cracks into his carapace, and that thing is looking really haggard.
Yeah. Its chest carapace has some serious gaps in it. You're not sure about the structural integrity of bugs and how that all works, but it doesn't look good.
All right. And Crack. Surprisingly delicious.
Nice. There's a little bit of that cyanide flavor in it.
It's got a burn. It's got a little bite to it,
Yeah, it's like vinegar. It's kind of burns in a good way.
It's like a really intense citrus.
If I move here, can I still attack?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to move there, and then I'm going to switch out my sword for my Rod of the Pack Keeper. Is that considered a bonus action, or is that a whole action?
You can do that with your move. Yeah.
So how does it look when you get rid of your shadow weapon? What is that?
It just sort of fizzles out into into black smoke. And I'll pull my Rod of the Pack Keeper out, and then I cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Nice.
Oh, good old Armor of Agatha.
And then, so I get 15 temporary hit points.
Yeah, so you put that in the red.
Yep. And then...
Oh, man, if they hit you, they take 15 cold damage.
Yep. And that's my turn.
All right. Did somebody put it in the red for you? Did you?
Yep, I put it there.
Is it? I don't see it.
I put it under temporary hit points.
No. I'm just putting it on on your token here. I'll just do it. Oh, you got it, Mike. Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Awesome.
Oh,
And
That's a great spell.
All right, so it's Onkeg's turn. One of them is stunned, so I'm going to unstun him, and that's his turn. And then our friend here above, he is much displeased. I'm going to roll to recharge his bullshit here. And he does not.
Yay.
I see it coughing a loogie, and I'm like, gross.
Let's see. All right, so it's gonna it's gonna bite Gwen.
Nom nom nom.
And miss.
No, miss.
Clangs off your shield.
No frostiness for you. Okay. All right. That is its turn because it's garbage on Keg. And
then there's the one in the back.
And the one in the back. All right. So he's going to move up. He's going to just whoosh, move up into everybody's business.
Yeah.
And there ain't no what's that song? Anyway, I was trying to quote a song. There ain't no something, but I can't remember.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. We are in the Underdark. It's appropriate.
Oh, interesting. Okay, yeah. I'll buy into that. So this Onkeg has not acided yet. I'm pretty sure.
Oh God. No, I don't think it has. I think you're correct.
So prepare to have your minds frickin' blown.
Which one of you? Which one of us?
Just Reuben.
Oh, gross.
So Seven and Gwen make a Dex saving throw, DC 13.
Nope.
Ooh. Okay, so you take 3d6 acid damage. All right, so you each take 9 acid damage, and it is not pleasant. Whatever Crack Sizzle says, that acid does not taste good. He's smoking something.
He is very
It's an
wrong.
acquired taste, guys. Come on.
It's magically delicious.
All right, so Bryant and Ryan, you got the damage on yourselves? You got that handled? I mean, you can just type -9 and it'll do the math for you in your deal.
In the green circle, right?
Yeah, in the green circle.
Super green.
Okay, that is its turn, and then it's top of the round, back to 7.
And to try to move, it's going to be like the disengage thing, right?
Yeah. And you're at a disadvantage when you shoot at close range.
Correct. Did you guys get the damage? I don't see it showing up. Am I imagining things?
Yeah.
Yep. Did it on mine. I've got 6 temporary hit points left.
Oh, all right. Carry on.
Shh.
Thank you, Sam, for getting started on the session notes. I did
got
make a
it.
file for you all.
What's the name of the creature that we're attacking?
Onkegs.
Okay.
Shut up, Joey.
Like this.
Yeah, something like that. Onkeg.
Okay.
Kratu Verata Niktu. We don't know that any of these boys aren't boys. I could check.
Yeah, you got to get up in there. Bryant, what's happening, man?
Yeah, how do you sex an onkeg?
I'm
The cookbook does not
Going
tell
to-
Reuben how to do that.
risk disadvantage attack. Move back.
What is
over
that?
here.
Why does it sound like demons?
Okay.
Soundtrack.
So
So
makes
you're going
an
to
attack of opportunity.
risk 2 attacks of opportunity. Is that cool with you?
Well, he could, if you move over here, Bryant, because this is only like 5 or 6 feet down. If he goes straight across, that would just be. Well, actually, it wouldn't be because he has the climb speed of 30 feet.
Mm-hmm. Just jump too. Jump across there.
Or just go there.
All right, yeah, I'll do that.
What's your horizontal reach with your jumps?
Key jump. At least 20 feet, I'd say. Yeah.
Okay.
You got those cat haunches.
All right. So, oops, not initiative. All right. So he's going to take a 16 to hit 7, and that's a hit. So 7 takes 8 slashing damage.
All right, and then I'm going to attack. So this one's no longer stunned.
Correct. They're all ready to roll.
That one feels like it's on its last legs, claws, talons.
So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and attack this one. Try to finish it off.
That one's the one that looks the healthiest, just because it came in last.
Look, Carlos, they're clicking the bottom one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This one right here is the healthiest. In the middle.
Yes, the one, in the middle,
The new one.
Yeah, that one. But the top one looks pretty haggard too.
That's it, right?
Reuben is definitely keeping an eye on both of the weak-looking ones, and is like, I want to steal a kill.
That's hit, Brian. Go ahead, roll damage. All right. So the arrow sticks into his fat, stupid face, and he is looking. There's just goop falling out of his jaw, and there's he's got shreds of carapace falling off.
Bryant, you have Colossus Killer.
So he's still not dead?
Slayer.
No.
Well, if you roll Colossus Slayer, though, because he's taken damage,
He might be dead.
he might be dead.
And not even mostly dead, just dead.
All right, go ahead and do that.
That will
All right,
do it.
Bryant, why don't you tell us how this plays out? How does he die?
I aim for right in his fucking mouth.
And
So he just chokes on my fucking arrow.
Goes up the
Eat him
back
right.
of
Just
keep it dead.
and just falls over, sort of halfway in that river, and you just see acid pouring out of its mouth, going down that river to who the fuck knows where.
Can we have some anime acid spray?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You hear in the distance in the cavern Reuben shouting, "Pithy retort! Pithy retort!"
Or here, this is. Wow. It could be. No, not burst.
Oh, nice.
Where was it? It was.
I don't know, kind of like the burst.
Oh no, that wasn't it either.
Oh, I said it was.
Yeah, there we go. That's the one.
The last little gurgles. And just all right, and then I'm going to use my second attack on this one right here.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
The curse only gets bonuses for Gwen. That's right?
Correct.
That is correct. Ooh, nice.
Dang.
You don't have anything
Almost.
unless you crit on 19, do you, Bryant?
No.
No +1 doesn't do it.
No.
No.
All right.
All right, roll damage. Oof.
Nice.
And Colossus is Colossus Slayer once per round? How does that work?
Once per
Yeah,
once
it's
per
only
round.
once. Yeah.
All right. Well, this guy's on his last legs as well, gurgling, spitting parts and organs up, and that leaves it to Reuben.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my. I think I'm going to use my. Where is this shit? All of my stuff. I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage and move over this way without getting an attack of opportunity.
Cool. Where do you want to move?
Right? Because if I move past,
That'll work.
And then, I see that it's not looking at me, and Reuben super stabs it in the back.
Well, that also gets a sneak attack because it's definitely engaged by Gwen. So
It is or isn't a sneak attack because Gwen's like right on the edge there.
it is. It is.
Yep.
She's
Oh.
I mean,
Because normally my sneak attack is if someone's attached to it, it doesn't work. So this is like a straight
no. This is a regular rogue sneak attack.
Perfect. So I'll use my rapier.
nice.
Nice to hit.
And then I'll roll the damage on that.
You guys got some fire on these digital dice tonight.
Mm-hmm. And then is it still standing?
Oh no! So why don't you tell us how you do it?
Yeah. So you see that giant bug sort of like coming up to Gwen, and then all of a sudden, like my rapier like comes through its throat from the back, and then it falls over, spurting acid. And I go, "Oh, you look like shit." it definitely sprays in her face. Definitely in her face. Reuben is very clean, and everyone else is super filthy and covered in gore.
Excellent.
All right, you got one more.
The Onkeg speaks.
Oh, so it's Crack's turn.
All right. Oh, nice. I like that explosion. All right. So Crack Sizzle goes, big money, and then we're going to go attack this.
He doesn't know where he picked up that phrase.
Yeah. He's heard about this place where you go gambling. That's probably what you do.
Yeah. He knows that you just don't want any whammies.
No whammies.
No
None
whammies.
at all.
No whammies. Whatever whammies are, you don't want them.
No. Big money, no whammies, no whammies. Dang, I keep doing this one. So, there you go, the marbler.
Huzzah!
Dang.
That is definitely a hit.
All right.
Ooh. Very nice. I regain hit points because my cursed target died.
It died.
Nice.
Warlock level plus my curse.
And doesn't your thing? Can't you transfer it?
I can't. No, that's just hex. This was my hexblade curse. It was my curse, not my hex.
Ah.
All right. Makes a con save. Succeeds.
9. Oh, nice.
So it doesn't bleed?
So it just takes the 8.
Yeah, so just take the 8.
All right, so I'm going to use one with the blade, and I can spend a key point to cause the weapon to deal extra damage to a target equal to my martial arts die, which is a D6, because I'm level 6. Right?
Oh, nice. Cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's whatever your unarmed attacks do. That's
So I'm not very one with the blade. The marble kind of like slips with my hand.
You jumble it.
You whiff it real bad.
Get it together, fucking sword.
That is what we call a whammy.
Yeah, that's a whammy. I forgot to ask for no whammies. I forgot to ask.
Very specific.
All right, I think you have the second attack, don't you, Sam?
Yeah, I still get another attack. So I'm going to do... I'm kind of mad at the marble after this one, so I'm going to go like, you gave me a whammy, so unarmed attack.
Sizzle's torn because he both wants to wham, but he does not want to
definitely, wham. It just pings right off that card.
Yeah, the carapace is sharp. You know, I mean, it's delicious, but it's sharp.
Yeah.
Okay,
Crack Sizzle just curses whammies under his breath.
It's Gwen's turn then.
All right, Gwen is going to cast Eldritch Blast.
Kick him in the dick.
First one. Nope.
Oof.
No, sir.
Second one.
Oof.
No, sir.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
Thanks for playing.
Okay.
Just to demonstrate, you're like, over maybe. Oh no! Wait! Oh, so close.
Is it Gwen's like time of the month? Because that looked like real weird blood shit.
And she doesn't get that anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
Menopause.
Thank God.
It's coming out of her whatever, guys.
Okay. No recharge. Okay, so he's going to try to bite onto Crack Sizzle.
No.
Boo. Okay, Seven's turn.
You weave out of the way.
I flap my feathers like kind of threateningly as I.
You just make the sound of acid spraying back at him, or the sound of dying onkegs.
Yes.
7. Let's see it.
All right.
I think you can end this thing.
I'm going to go for my sharpshooter ability because he hasn't taken any damage yet, right?
Oh, he's taking plenty of damage.
Yeah, it's like
He's looking accurate. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. All right, I'm going to do my regular shot.
he's leaking.
Oh
man.
Well, I think that's a natural 1.
Mm-hmm.
Bryant, your bowstring snaps. So you'll have to take an action to restring it if you want to use it again.
Boo.
But you have another attack, and you can move in there because you have melee weapons.
You are also looking a little rough around the edges.
You can drink a potion.
So I still have like an action left to do that.
Well, no, he can't drink a potion. He has just an extra attack because he has 2 attacks.
Throw your bow at it.
My bad.
Fuck you, bow.
Just grab an arrow and throw an arrow.
Yeah. He has good range.
Throw an arrow.
Let's just do Reuben then.
All right. So Reuben realizes this dude's dead, so he's gonna sneak back around and hit this guy from behind.
Wow.
I'm swashing some buckles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta buckle down. You buckle up, buckle down.
But is he engaged with Crack Sizzle right now?
He is.
So I'll try this friend. I'm guessing my sword clangs both times off of that.
Yep. Clang clang. This worked so good earlier.
Well, you have advantage on the roll because he's engaged, but you rolled sneak attack, not another attack.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 7 wouldn't hit it.
So wait, how does that work then? So I should just do another attack for the sneak attack?
Reroll the attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Now roll your damage.
Boom.
And roll sneak attack.
Here we go.
That'll do it.
There we go. Stabs.
How's it go down with that man?
I totally get my sword in and then pull it up, and it sort of gets cut like from it, and not in half, but the sort of top section sort of slides off on the ground, and it just geysers up. Shit. It's all very gross and graphic.
All right. Well,
like this.
So,
Just kind of like this.
I'll say this. This ends combat unless you walk near mushrooms.
Stay away from mushrooms.
So
we are done with turn order.
Is there any of those scream mushrooms around?
no, those are dead. At there's dead ones right here.
Can I put them in my ice chest of magicness?
Yeah, if you want to. How many? There's a lot. It's a whole pounds and pounds.
Yeah, why don't you guys discuss your plan of action regarding gathering, etc.?
Yeah.
Because you have an Otiog corpse, 3 onkegs, which might be delicious. Who knows?
Who'd want to eat one of those? Those mushrooms are intriguing, though. They screaming.
So the first judge is the Zorn,
Yes.
and he wants rocks essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was thinking we could use the chitin from the Onkeg's armor, like kind of the hard carapace that might sort of go over well with a Zorn.
Can we put it in our ice chest?
Yeah, I think so. We take some time to sort of
Well, and it's also one thing to consider is some things are perishable, and things like carapace, that's not really perishable, so you can carry that around until you can stuff it in again when on a day that you don't have anything.
Yeah.
The goo inside of them might be more perishable. But actually, everyone make a perception check.
Okay.
Boo.
Brian, you can go blind.
Yeah, that's what.
Told you not to.
So
You were restringing your bow and it
when
snapped you in the eye.
you look down below where you are, and you don't really see. Well, you see a lot, but you don't see anything of value. But you have no idea what might be down there. But there's a huge trash pile that the Otyag was living in.
Mm-hmm.
That this, like, wherever this river is flowing from, detritus is coming down, and it's just living in a little garbage heap. There might be something down there, but there might not. So if you want to get your hands dirty, you can. You're aware of it.
Okay. Yeah, I'll jump down there and start sort of rifling.
Okay. And the rest of you, what are you guys doing? Are you cutting things up? Are you what's the plan here?
Reuben's got his book open and he's looking at the section on mushrooms, and then he's looking at the screen mushrooms, and he's looking at the book, and then he's looking at mushrooms.
Okay. So Reuben is inspecting mushroom. Seven and Crack, what are you guys doing?
I think that Crack Sizzle would try and get like a little bit of vantage. Like he's pretty careful about. He doesn't want these mushrooms to sound off again.
So
like where would I? I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, do you want to like do an investigation to see where like the locations of mushrooms and stuff, like if there's anything else in the cave that might be a threat?
That's a good. That's what I want to
do. Roll investigation then.
No, that's not right.
Look.
I mean, honestly, it's not a high difficulty because it's just like
looking.
Yeah. You assume that there might be other stuff in this back corner here, and given the time, you may find other stuff too.
Do they make like an audible like hum or anything?
No, it's just when you walk near them, or if they get light on them, they well, I guess you don't know.
As a kind of a thieving type, Reuben finds it fascinating. These make really terrible alarms.
Yeah. Actually, well, I need to grab a book. Mike, do you want to talk him through Brian, what are you doing?
Restraining my bow, and I'm going to cast second level cure wounds for myself.
Yeah, you guys might want to heal up.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I think we should probably just take a short rest instead of using. I mean, you can use the spell slot, but we can after we sort of get done with this stuff, we can take a short rest.
Well, I mean, you can also take a long one too if you wanted, but
yeah,
I don't know if you really need to at this point. Okay, so while you're down digging through the detritus, you find a couple things. You find like a small wooden box.
So Bryant, that's like D8 plus 4. So if you go /R 1D8 plus 4, that'll.
It's 2D8 because he's casting his second level, right?
I'm not sure.
I think so.
Are you casting his second level, Brian?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's a wooden box. It's about a foot long, about 6 inches wide and 6 inches deep. Kind of just like has some like really nice ornate carving on it. But other than that, like you open it up, it's empty. But it looks interesting. And then you also
who found this? Sorry, Carlos. Okay,
he did down in the trash. You also find a small like token thing.
Okay.
And it's it's kind of like a silver clip with 7 feathers sticking out of it, kind of in a fan shape. It's like a nice. It looks like a really nice fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I recognize the symbol? Like a history check? Like if I If I had any recognition of what this, like if it had a meaning.
No, you're also in another world.
Okay.
So history would
Gotcha.
But yeah. But in a second we can be, if you want to do some Arcana checks that on things like that. So you climb out. What's next for you guys? Gwen has a box and a fan.
Carlos, I sent you a message.
Those actually end up in my before I climb back up.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for some things.
Right on. Just making sure you're on the same page.
Yeah.
So do we want to send back these shrieking shrooms, or do we want to send back bug guts?
So you guys have 1 by 1 by 3. So you have a decent amount of space to send some various things back. You just kind of have to manage it, kind of what you want to send. But you can send a variety of things.
And is it once a day we're supposed to send something back, correct?
Yeah.
No, it's once a day it will empty.
Okay.
But every 7 days you will need to have sent back at least one ingredient.
So the more...
it's also if you think maybe, oh shit, we might not thing for a few days, hold on to an ingredient that you might want to send back later, So that's where you got to kind of think about things that would spoil versus things, mushrooms take a while to go bad, sort of sometimes.
Okay.
But
But but I mean, anything that you send back, is ammo for Ragnul to use in the competitions that he's a part of.
Where's our list of our inventory?
That's in the
party treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the PC's party treasure ingredient list.
So those items, Gwen, don't go into party treasure. Those are in your inventory.
Yep, they're in my bag of holding.
Can we send? So Crack Sizzle kind of goes, guys. This blood, I know you got a little too much taste of it, but it's with the right amount, it's pretty good. So we should send a small vial, just a pinch back.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
We brought a vial along with them.
Wouldn't it be in our Dungeoneers?
What's in those things? Let's see.
Yeah, I would think so.
Be. And at the very least, I know some of you have oil flasks that actually, didn't you make a bunch of fire arrows? You have a bunch of empty oil flasks.
Probably from last time, if we get to keep those flasks.
I mean, I don't know.
I just didn't know if they were disposable or not.
Frankly, I'd be fine with you holding onto your flasks to reuse again.
I tossed him some oil flasks. I'm not touching that stuff.
All right, so Crack Sizzle, pretty carefully, knowing that a little bit goes a long way, scoops just a little bit toward it. And he doesn't know how to write. I don't think that Crack Sizzle knows how to write very well.
But you hand it over to someone who does?
Yeah, and then just say, just a pinch.
When you pour the acid in with in that flask, it starts to kind of the metal itself bubble and distend a bit before it kind of settles. This thing was already starting to corrode it when you put it in there. So, but it looks fine. It looks stable. It just looks now like a lumpy flask.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like it.
I was thinking with the Otyug, they're basically just big piles of shit. Essentially, they live in garbage. What if we sprayed if we cut off some Otyug flesh and sprayed it with that perfume that you got last time?
Oh hell no! I'm not spending my perfume on a pile of shit.
Well,
so is that all you're doing with the on-cakes?
Do we want to? I mean, a vial full of acid can get us into some places we weren't supposed to get into, so we might not want to send all of it away.
Well, you could get a few vials.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I handed him a few different vials. I definitely would like to keep.
Okay, so how many vials of acid are you getting? How many vials do you have?
3. We'll load up 3 vials of acid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys have 3 things of on-cake acid, and you're sending 1 back?
We'll send 1 back, right?
I think so.
Okay.
And then I'll give one to let's see, I'll give one to Reuben, and then Crack Sizzle will hold on to one himself. And then can we put it in ingredient sent to... Okay, 1,
And then I want to also send the Onkag, the chitin.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So when you start breaking off pieces of the chitin and its guts start spilling out, you notice in its digestive tract like a number of hard lumps.
Yeah, I'll sort of carefully sort of dissect. See if I can...
So as you cut that open and this like steaming bile pours out, you notice four gems, carnalines, worth about 100 gold each.
Nice.
And maybe you look at the other onkegs, like they might have something.
Oh, Reuben's already cracking open an onkeg.
Okay.
Hey,
So you guys crack open the
crackers
onkegs.
out.
You guys crack open the onkegs, and you find 16 gems altogether, including the ones Gwen had. Oh, and Gwen, sorry, down there you also found a potion.
Okay. Cool. I just will need to take a look at it and see what it is. Cool.
And so Reuben's grabbed some of those shrieking shrooms. He'll hold on to those because you said they probably.
Well, I mean, you have a
cookbook.
box, like send them back now. Like you're not sending that much back. You only have the I mean, think about it. Like it's 3 feet deep.
No, I get that. But you brought up a valid point though. Like if you hold on to stuff that won't perish as fast, if we have a dry spell, I can all of a sudden just send these shitty mushrooms there instead.
What were so there's 16 gems. Were they, what is there like specific, you just want to give us like a total value on them? Or?
It's 1,600 total. It's 100,
okay.
100 each.
Okay, cool.
So Reuben hates to bring this up because he loves gems as much as the next person. But do rock monsters think gems are delicious?
Maybe. It might be like a delicacy.
Even sort of
I mean, you don't have to send all the gems.
Yeah, we could send like 2 back.
All right, but it hurts him still. Really deep down.
That's true. He is going to eat them.
Yeah. So let's say we send 2 of them back. And they can be like a garnish, like a nice little carnaline garnish.
Reuben just like shivers. Oh.
All right. Well, okay, so you're taking some carapace? Are you guys going to take a pincher?
Oh, crack it open like
it's like about a foot long, you know? It's a foot long pincher.
Yeah, you could get like 1 or 2 of those.
Sam, where are you putting the stuff that we're cutting up?
Me?
Yeah,
just in a big pile right here.
I didn't know if there was some doc you were putting it in, or if it was.
Yeah, so in the party treasure and ingredient sheet, there's a second sheet that is the ingredient side, and it's got your cooler and the things that you're sending.
I see the loot and I see our gems and things.
So look at the bottom.
We're going to send gems, right? So we're sending 2 gems.
Yeah, 2 gems.
So a pincer is going to take up 2 slots.
And then do we want to send some shrooms now or hold on to them till later if we have a bad day?
Let's hold on to the shrooms.
Yeah. Okay. Well, they might be a little, like, they might spoil.
I mean, it's every day. So like when you guys take a long rest, it'll get sent. So, I mean, unless you get into like another huge fight before you rest, it's probably not a big deal.
Okay. Let's send them.
Okay.
What do we call them? Shrieking mushrooms?
I went ahead and put them in there. Shrieking mushrooms.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is all this?
Party treasure, the second sheet.
There's a bottom of it, and there's 2 tabs. One says treasure, one says ingredients.
How are we gonna? What quantity? What is the quantity?
Wait, where's the treasure tab?
The very bottom.
Bottom of the spreadsheet.
Oh, I see. Okay, got it. Cool.
I don't know.
Oh, nice.
Pounds, I guess.
Oh, you made a cooler, Michael.
I did.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, I used my mastery of spreadsheets to make a cooler.
Yeah, no, this is good. It feels very much like Diablo.
Yeah. That's
what I was going for. I wanted you guys to have to stack items.
Yeah, there's some verisimilitude in this spreadsheet.
Yeah. So we're sending some. So Sam, we're sending some shrooms and keeping some. Is that what you're doing?
Well, it doesn't matter to me, but I'm not sure how much we have.
Yeah. Let's keep a little bit.
But you guys have to remember, you have to put you have to keep the soft stuff on top, or else it's going to get crushed.
Yeah.
This is like packing a grocery bag, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think we should probably just send all of like the perishable stuff in one go, and all the shrooms that we get, like maybe I don't know, like a pound. Would that be enough? Yes.
Yeah, like one.
How big does that giant golem look?
Pretty big.
Maybe a pound's enough.
But a couple gems that'll fit in one slot. A pincer fits in a slot. And then chitin, each hunk of chitin is going to take a slot.
Okay. I'll hold on to the chitin for now. That'll keep pretty well in my bag.
Reuben remembers the fungus that tried to whip him and wants nothing to do with that. So
I mean, you could have something to do with that if you wanted to. It's right over there. It's calling your name.
No, it is not. If it is, that's spooky as hell.
Yeah, I would like to, while we're figuring this out, I want to take a look.
I didn't like it.
Sorry, what?
I just want to take a look at the items that I found. Just kind of give them
roll your Arcana.
Arcana.
Right.
What's that one for?
That one's for the box.
Okay. I would say, you think that does it, Mike?
I was not looking.
Arcana for identifying.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is a folding boat. So, you figure it out just by kind of like mumbling a bunch of different words. So, what is the command word that you figure out for this thing that opens it? It's going to be really funny.
It is going to be.
Is it nautical themed? It should be nautical themed.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like a nautical pun.
Matthew.
Yeah, come on.
It's all poop deck.
This is your one
right now.
Poop deck.
Yeah, it was found in the Otiug's nest.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
poop deck.
So
we did it.
The moment you say that, this box flies out of your hand and onto the floor and starts shaking, and it opens. It folds open, and this what looks like cloth unfurls into it's about 10 feet long, 4 feet wide, and 2 feet deep. But it has this really beautiful blue wave motif on the side with but with white, with what would be ostensibly a white sky. And you look inside, and it has a pair of oars, an anchor, a mast, a lantern, and a lantern sail. And it can hold up to 4 medium creatures comfortably.
This is a pretty ship.
You also figured out, but you weren't really quite ready to do this, but it has a second command word that turns it into a ship that's 24 feet wide, or 24 feet long, 8 feet wide, 6 feet deep.
That escalated quickly.
And it has a deck, rowing seats, 5 sets of oars, a steering oar, an anchor, a deck cabin, and a mast.
Oh my god!
Everybody loves this world. They throw out the best shit.
So you fold it back up, and you also know that the box can hold. Could hold.
Sorry, you broke up, Carlos.
The box itself can hold any items that you put in it without adding any weight to it, which is like 6 pounds. Or no, it's 4 pounds. But they have to fit within the actual box, or when you fold the boat up, they just spill out.
Okay, cool.
Now roll for the.
What do you think the command word is for the big ship? Like the poop deck's going to give you the little dinghy, but the big ship, it's got to have a grand name.
Yeah, like
nope. Oh shit! We did a whole bunch of stuff for Pirates of the Caribbean. I used to know a whole bunch of words. Oh, what were they?
Well, you know what? You think about it, and when the time is right.
We'll say
unfurl that ship. You better say something fucking great.
And yeah,
I got it. No, we're good.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll take a look at the token.
Okay.
Arcana.
Mm-hmm.
Wham.
All right. So this is a Qualls feather tip. And if you, it's so funny that these roll together because this is totally chance. If you're on a boat or ship, you can use an action to toss the token up to 10 feet in the air. The token disappears and a giant flapping fan takes its place. Fan floats and creates wind strong enough to fill the sails of one ship, increasing its speed by 5 miles per hour for 8 hours.
Ooh.
You can dismiss the fan as an action.
What is the name of that thing?
Qualls feather token.
I've seen this in Naruto.
It's in the DM's guide.
Okay, cool. And then I'll take a look at the potion too.
All right, yeah, do that.
No.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a potion of superior healing.
Nice.
How elitist.
It's very superior.
Mm-hmm. It only works on those with pure blood.
So not any of you dirty monsters.
No mudbloods allowed.
Yeah.
All right, so are you going to long rest?
I think we should.
Yeah, we should long
Michael.
rest.
All right, their first long rest. Let's take them to the map and show them the consequences of their long rest.
Indeed we should.
Wait, so hold on. The map being the Underdark movement?
Yeah, yep.
Yes.
Because now okay, so I mean, I assume you guys are done here. You're gonna.
I'm not going to poke around. I'm good.
Heal up. I assume everyone. So at a long rest, you fully heal.
I need to do a Constitution save then, or
yes,
my disease.
Yeah.
Huh? Does everyone have to do that, or is that just...
No, just
I'm
you.
the disease. Dang it, dexterity.
You dodged that.
I dodged it.
Okay, Sam, you lose 5 hit points permanently until the disease is cured.
Can I use my medical kit then?
Well, you can also use a fate point. I mean, a inspiration point to reroll that.
Or inspiration.
Oh, do I keep my inspiration from over?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we only have one inspiration to give away, but we keep our points.
But the ones you're given, you keep.
Yeah, I'm going to use it. I really don't. I can't afford to be sick.
Yeah, why don't you reroll that Constitution save?
Come on, no whammy.
No whammies.
No whammy.
6. Very much a whammy.
Wow. All right, well, that's 5 hit points.
Know where we were just now?
Well, you're here on the map. You just seem like you're in like a mine shaft, like an abandoned mine. But you're here. You know that like this was your landing point. And like when you look at this map, it's good to remember that this is not what the map you were handed looks like. It's an actual map. This is just our representative travel map of how long it'll take because we don't want to draw all the networks of tunnels and stuff. And it's also semi-incomplete.
Oh my God, Jesus goddamn Christ.
We weren't in like little caves or anything.
So, my house is old, like the 50s, and not very many of my outlets are grounded.
Yeah, I am aware. Yeah.
There, and my headphones or my computer, there is a metal piece on the outside. And take my headphones off and put them back on. No, it doesn't get hot. It shocks me. Every time I put my headphones back on, I get shocked.
You have like that shock wire that Andy Dwyer had in the shower. Shock wire. Sorry, what were you saying, Brent?
We weren't just like now in the toxic fungal caves or anything?
Oh, no.
Those, I imagine those are a lot worse than a couple mushrooms.
Well, the thing I was telling him that this is more representative than anything else. This is not what the actual maps that they were handed looks like. This is just here's how we move through this world map.
Well, I think more precisely that the map that you're given is also not a precise map as well. You're not provided with a detailed map, and so this map is close enough in the sense that it's going to show you the kind of relation between different areas in the Underdark, but the paths that you're going to walk, each
these aren't roads. These aren't roads.
Yeah, each square has multiple different pathways in which you could travel.
Okay.
So, for example, it's like when you move through a square, you might encounter some sort of terrain challenge that's like a big giant pit in the ground or whatever, and you can choose to sort of go around it and costing yourself movement, but you're still moving through the same squares. So that's kind of the idea, is that there are multiple paths within each square.
If there is even an encounter there, sometimes just you get lucky and you're just running through tunnel.
It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
Doodle doodle doodle. Oh no, it's a random encounter.
Yep. This is our random encounter map.
Or Final Fantasy, depending on
You can also move. This was something, and I don't remember exactly what we made it, the exact rules. You can move through the chasm, but it's just as fast. But obviously, it looks like it cuts a lot of time out in terms of movement between two areas. But it's a higher chance of like encountering things, like having random encounters moving through the chasm. You guys are all looking at this map, and why don't you talk about what your ideas are?
We have a boat now. That's exciting. It's a lot of water. We need living crystals, right? That was our mission. Should we choose to accept it?
Yep.
Mine. I mean, Reuben doesn't know a lot about mountains, but what he does know is that crystals and shit come out of mines.
True. We may want to go stop by the gnomes, just to sort of, I don't know, get some, like, an okay for us to go there, because we might kind of ruffle some feathers if we just go to their mine and start taking shit out of their ground.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. We could just,
True.
try.
Are we going to be here for 30 days, though?
Yeah.
We got.
You have 30 days. You don't have to stay for 30 days.
Can you guys see the clock that's on the map here?
Hmm?
Yes.
On the right-hand side?
Yeah.
And you can see the green bar over its head.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So the clock essentially has, hit points. And I'm going to be subtracting hit points for each movement. This represents a chunk of time.
Mm-hmm.
So the fight and gathering stuff like that, costs 1, and a long rest costs 2. So it's going to tick away, and it has 30 days worth of health essentially.
What do we know about this rail system? Are we standing near it?
As you guys make camp to take a long rest, you can feel something sort of occasionally moving underground. That passes by, and so the rail system is not immediately obvious to you all, but you sense that it is somewhat near you. And then if you want to try to find a way to get into the rail system, you can, and we'll broach that when you come to it.
Okay.
So as you guys are getting ready to take your long rest, you find a little place that's kind of off the path a little bit, and that you can have a little fire and eat some food. And you hear a soft ringing coming from close by. And it's like, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. But you're not exactly sure where it's coming from at first. Until you look down and you see the little badges that you were given as part of the contest.
Mm-hmm.
These are the badges that allow you to contact your mentor and whatnot. That they're actually flashing, and like you can feel them like vibrate a little bit, and they're like ba-ding, ba-ding, ba-ding.
Getting a text message. I guess I'll take it out or like look at it, or like is there like a way
I warily bite my badge.
Yeah, when you kind of like tap it or interact with it, a projection of light streams out in front of you, and about 3 or 4 feet in front of your face, in this sort of cloud of light, a woman's face materializes in it like a hologram. And this is in front of each of you. So if you look kind of to your side, you see that each of your party members also has a projection in front of them.
Mm-hmm. Or in your mouth.
Or in your mouth. This woman She seems human, with the exception of her eyes that are like too large for her head and glow with light instead of having pupils in them. And she has a sort of professional air about her. She said, "Hello, Team Epicurean. Thanks for having us. I'm Genevieve, one of the producers. Anyway, I'm here to talk to you and ask you some questions about the contest. So just so you know, I know this is your first time. These answers are going to be plugged into the feeds later on at opportune moments. And this is a great way to build up drama and audience interest. So, when the audience, when they see your head pop up onto the feed, they just love that. That's why it's called like a heads up, because your head like pops up on the screen. Anyway, so just try to do your best and answer these questions for your fans. Everybody okay with that? Everybody on board?
I'll do anything for my fans.
Yes.
Okay. Well, just remember that my voice is going to be cut out of these, so do your best to include the question in your answer. Okay, just so that everything makes sense. It's like they're not going to hear me talking, so if you just like say yeah or okay, they're not going to know what you mean. All right.
Okay.
So signed up for this shit.
I knew I should have read that goddamn.
Wait, what's that girl's name? Genevieve?
Genevieve, yeah. Okay. So, Crack Sizzle, why don't we go for you first? So now that you've had your first day in the Underdark, do you feel underprepared for this landscape?
So, okay, for a split second, Crack Sizzle just is like digging through his memories, and then he puts on like a beauty contest voice that he heard some girl use once. And he goes, "Well, my outfit is designed by Ragnul, and it complements my features as perfectly as I could ever want."
Remember, you need to include the question in your answer, so keep trying. Mm-hmm. Do you feel underprepared?
I don't feel underprepared for my journey whatsoever. I have the Marbler, my trusty sword, by my side, and a good attitude.
That's great. That's perfect.
And with like a little bit of like head wiggle and some total like feather shaking, just ready to go. It's in total pageant mode now.
7. That's what you go by, right? 7.
Yes.
What do you think is the biggest challenge facing you right now?
He just says yes again.
Seven.
You got to work with me here, honey. You gotta give me something, okay?
Biggest challenge is finding a bigger spoon.
Okay. How about Reuben? What do you think is going to be the biggest challenge facing your team here?
Biggest challenge here is going to be finding a challenge big enough to best us. Am I right, guys? Am I right? We can take this. We got this.
Crack Sizzle politely applauds.
Applauds with his mouth.
Golf clap.
Just
7 just licks his paws.
Well, I'll open up this next question. People have been saying that your team is the underdog, that you're out of your league, that you're the odd team out. What do you think about that? Anyone, just throw out what you think about people talking like that.
What a bunch of weirdos.
That only matters to people who know what's going on, and Reuben Silverfang makes it a point to never know what's going on. Never tell him the odds.
And just to be clear, we're not the underdogs. The underdragon, the underbird, the undercat, and the undergrandma. So...
Okay, I like that.
I lean over. I don't think we can fit that on a T-shirt.
But each one of you can mark it under grandma, under dragon, underbird.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I think the fans will like that. Gwen and Reuben, so there's been some controversy in the producers' room, and I just wanted to sort of broach this subject with you two. Which one of you is the team's captain? Because we're not really sure who's in charge here. Who's the leader?
I mean, I have the most captaining experience as an actual sea captain. You may have heard of me. I'm the sea snake. Very famous. I know. Hold your applause. But I mean, we're all kind of captains of our own lives. Aren't we?
How does that make you feel, Gwen?
I'll just say I'm the captain now.
As she holds the boat.
Yeah, well, you don't know the code word that makes it a boat.
I know the one that makes it a dinghy.
Seven rubs his cheeks affectionately on Gwen.
Yeah. Crack Sizzle points to Grandma and goes, "Grandma's the captain."
Okay, that's really interesting. Crack Sizzle, all the teams are competitive, but who do you think is your biggest rival right now?
To remind you, the teams, there was team
listed somewhere.
Human it was Team Human from the future with Guy Fieri.
Yes.
There was Dragon, the Team Dragon. There was the Bug team, and then there was the team of Wizards.
All right. So Crack Sizzle kind of takes a deep breath and then is in total coach mode, sports. Football coach. Yeah, who's the biggest competitor up there? Well, we're just looking to make it to the playoffs, man. We don't really care who our opponents are, but we got to say that those human beings, they look like a tough sons of guns. I'll tell you what. We're ready to take them on just one day at a time, give it 110%, and, just get rid of these humans. We're pretty prejudiced towards humans here.
Reuben grabs the beak to make it stop moving.
Really, that's interesting. Reuben, do you agree? Do you think that humans are underclasses? That you think they're sub citizens?
Can you repeat the question?
Are humans sub creatures? Beneath you?
I mean, it's less humans than just everyone else.
Well, please include the question in your answer.
Are humans subclasses? Well, we all are now that we're underground, kind of. So it's kind of an equal playing field, if we're completely honest.
Interesting. And lastly, just some comments on the fight. You all faced up against quite a room full of underground creatures. Seven, you had quite an embarrassment during this fight. Do you feel worried that you're not living up to what you need to be doing in your team?
Wow, deep question.
Seven did plenty of his own work. I feel like he contributed.
I'm gonna say no more questions. I am facepalm the projection.
That's your own personal projection. We all have our own projections. It's amazing about this.
I'm hoping that interacting with mine will make it. We'll turn it off.
That's enough for today. We'll all be back soon to talk to you about your progress. Good luck with the contest.
Where do they forward the fan mail to? There's fan mail, right?
They sign off.
Don't worry, we'll clear that up next time.
Are we going to do this a bunch?
Yeah.
So Crack Sizzle is kind of starts to sweat it. He's pretty nervous actually about being on a hologram camera. He's like, oh boy, I'm going to have to prep for my press briefings next time.
Reuben turns to him and is like, oh, we got some work to do.
Yeah, we'll figure out some canned answers.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
Yes. Nobody knew that you were going to be a D&D reality.
All right. Well, so what do we? Gnomes get some clearance to head into the mines. We can.
I don't need permission to go anywhere. I mean, we just got teleported across the universe. Gnomish mine's probably a good thing. If you make a different argument to Reuben, he'd probably be down for the Gnome City, but asking permission is not going to get any traction whatsoever. And then, Reuben, he thinks that we have a boat and there's a giant body of water, and we may have an advantage over the other teams with that.
You can go to Drow City.
Everyone just agreed that Gwen's the captain.
Yes, that's true. Reuben didn't hear that.
I would say that the little that I do know about gnomes, they are pretty infatuated with gold and crystals and different types of gems. So they might have some information, might be able to point us in the right direction instead of just stumbling through a mine that we're not familiar with, and then at least getting some information.
Maybe. We did some pretty good stumbling back there, though.
You did some pretty good stumbling back there.
It was pretty great, wasn't it?
It was something, for sure.
It was the something, with a capital sum.
Okay, so we're going to Gnome City.
All right. Are you gonna?
I think we should, if we move,
take the road, or the.
Can we take? I guess
we're gonna take the chasm.
That's what I was thinking. But if we could probably just skip that and just take the road.
There's also the choo-choo. I'm wondering about this vibration here.
Yeah, can we do a little look around, maybe see if we can find a station?
Yeah, Reuben doesn't trust ground that doesn't stand still.
So there's an area that you pass through at this point where you see tracks coming through on a cross tunnel, but you don't see any station around here.
Okay.
But you could follow tracks, but
just know that the tracks that you see, they're in a pretty tight tunnel.
Stand by me.
And you get the sense that if something is running on these tracks, that there's not going to be anywhere to get out of the way,
right.
If you're walking on the train tracks.
True.
Or, it's going to be difficult when something comes through.
There's going to be dex rolls, kids.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Death rolls, I think.
Not my big ass. Let's just this pathway. Stay on the path, and then we'll stop when we need to.
Boring, but okay.
All right. So for every 2, let's make a roll on the DJ. So 7 is probably going to be needing to lead the way with his nature skill, as far as avoiding natural problems.
A lot of nature in these dead tunnels.
Yeah, well, tunnels are nature too.
Like a true rock fact.
It's a true rock fact. So maybe 7 can give us a nature roll on.
Wait, what did you just say? Sorry, Reuben. What did you just say?
So that's a rock fact.
So okay, we're gonna keep. That's what Crack Sizzle perks up his ears, and we're gonna write those down for our next press junket.
I heard it somewhere from some small child. It's quite a.
That's a rock fact.
What's the rock fact again?
The caves are nature too.
Rock fact! Caves are nature too.
And then there's a freeze frame, and little GIF sunglasses fall down on Crack's face.
All right. So, Mike, did you make a roll? Did you make a secret roll?
I did not. Why don't you go ahead and do that, guys?
7 needs to do a nature roll, right?
How do I make? Oh yeah, 7 needs to make a nature roll.
He did. It looks like
he
got one.
He screwed the pooch.
Oh, Devin is having a tough day. He's had a good.
Wait, where's the roll? I don't see it.
It's at the bottom. Scroll down. 8:10 p.m. 7 roots. Yeah, there we go. That is definitely a Reuben sound effect. He doesn't know what it is or where it comes from. He just knows that it speaks to his little dragony soul. That is his essence bottled up in a sound.
All right, you guys come to you're walking along, and Crack, you're kind of bumbling along, just with your torch out, but it's still kind of hard for you to see. And Crack 7 puts his arm out as you almost stumble into a giant gorge. And you're gonna have to make a difficult climb down and then up the other side. So unless you come up with a plan to It's about Mike, can you roll 2d4? Okay, so it's about 500 feet deep.
Jesus Christ.
How big across?
It's probably about 60 feet to the other side. But like you can find a way around it, but your travel pace will be slowed.
Yeah, so you can choose to try to find a way across, climb down, or you can look for another route, meaning go around and kind of waste a movement.
I don't have a grappling hook for my rope. Damn it.
Yeah, I think we should probably just look for...
Wait, how long is your rope, Matthew?
60 feet.
500 feet is how long to go.
It's 60 feet across, though, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just figuring out how it would tie the other end of it. I'm reading up on my rope. I can command it to the other end to move towards a destination that I choose.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, so will it just stay in place? Let me look at it.
I can tell the rope to fasten itself securely to an object or unfasten itself to knot or unknot itself. So,
but you can't. It can't just like hold taut out straight, right? Like you would need to fasten something on the other side.
It's wondrous.
Well, so the way I see it is that, so standing on this side of the gorge, you could direct the rope to the other side, tie it around something, and then...
That's what I was thinking.
And then you guys on this side can, like, hold it while people climb across.
Potentially, or we can...
And then Reuben can swing across pirate-like.
Yes.
We can definitely do that. Or I can just tell it to tie on both ends and we just crawl across and then I'm like, come on, rope. It comes home with me. It's if it's possible, I'm going to tell that rope to go across the gorge and tie itself off, man.
Okay. So in that case, you're all going to have to make a reasonably easy athletics check.
Wait, here's the thing. Because it has to tie off and it's a 60-foot thing, this thing is not quite touching the end. So I don't think you can actually just climb across. I think each of you are going to have to swing and climb.
Okay, so that's acrobatics and...
It's going to be I think it'll just be an acrobatics check because the climb will be pretty easy with the rope. No one botched the shit. Is this what you want to do?
I don't want to do this. I do. I'm not so comfortable with this at all.
I think that means we should do it.
I don't want to die yet. I'm old, but I don't want to die yet.
Are we going to die if we do this?
Yeah, I mean, it's a 500-foot cliff. If you fuck this up, you are dead.
I have slow fall.
Well, I mean, you might survive. I definitely won't.
So what's the verdict?
Look, what else do you guys have in your bag? Maybe you have more rope to tie that shit off with. I don't know.
I'm bringing magic rope to the table. What else you guys
Don't you guys have other ropes? There's only one magic rope in the bunch?
We only have one magic... I mean, we could... God.
There is no God here. Only chasm. Come on, Captain.
I am...
So the issue
You're
is
letting
that
the dumbest person come up with a plan.
the issue is like
captain.
our side of the rope has nothing to tie to.
It's not long enough.
It's just that the entire rope is 60 feet long and the chasm is 60 feet wide. So in order to tie it off, it needs a couple feet.
Oh,
so you'd be short.
We could tie one of our other just normal ropes to the end.
I have a good idea.
Okay.
Go
ahead.
All right, so I have
allow it.
The dust of dryness.
Uh-huh.
So what we'll do is we'll soak the rope in water, and then we'll make a trail of like ice to make a grappling hook like in the ground, and then we'll use the dust of dryness on it to make it solid.
What?
This is a terrible idea.
No, that's a good idea.
I don't understand this plan.
So make a grappling hook out of ice.
No, it's not ice. The dust of dryness isn't an ice.
You said ice.
Yeah, that's my bad. It's like you just make it solid. You make the water solid.
No, you don't make it solid. You make it into like inch in diameter globules that can then be later broken, and then the water comes out. That's what it is. It's basically like a water. Oh, it's a water preservation tool. Or a liquid preservation tool. You could have actually probably stored some of the acid in the balls.
Acid balls.
Okay.
So wait, we can do the rope and we can walk around.
You can make flavor balls with those.
Okay. Doesn't help us as much here, but all right.
Boy.
No, I mean, I think your plan to tie a rope to your magic rope is probably the most sound and salient one. So who's going to do the tying on your side?
So I guess tying ropes is survival now, I guess?
Yeah, survival.
I bet Seven's pretty good at tying stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty.
So I roll survival.
Mm-hmm.
I trust that not. I trust that
Nice.
a
All
lot.
right, that is. So you guys find a really, Seven, you find a solid rock, and you're able to lash this rope around it and do like a complicated knot that I don't know what they are because I was never really that far into Boy Scouts. So it's a good knot. It's a good and Reuben, you admire it. As
I'm like, that's a solid
many a
bowline.
knot.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
See,
a
there
solid
you go.
bowline.
All right. I'm going to give Seven my point of inspiration for the evening. So impressed by this knot.
I just say, Reuben just goes, not bad. Not bad.
So you're still going to have to make an athletics check to climb across,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not going to be that hard.
Well, and you may want to consider that. So each person has to make it across, but the order in which you're crossing might make a difference in that, like who you can help and who's already there, and like if you can arrange it so that you have somebody who can easily get across on one side and can help the person on the other side, stuff like that can give you an edge in this sort of situation.
Okay.
I don't have crazy good strength, but
Okay, so before, what I'm going to do is I'm not going to I don't want to fuck up that check. So before anyone else goes over, I'm going to cast Thunderstep. And I teleport over to the other side before anyone goes over, so I don't have the damage.
you could have done that the entire time.
I just am yelling across the cavern.
Yeah, I can't hear you. I'm old.
Grandma, you could have carried one of us.
You're the worst.
No, you can't.
Actual worst.
No, because it says you can carry some that exceeds what they can carry. What can Gwen carry?
You might be all of you because she's a Goliath.
Yeah. The holding she could have shoved us in and then carried us over there.
People don't go in bags of holding.
Can I retcon and grab like someone?
No.
God damn it!
No, you already did it.
Funny.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I'm just learning how to do this the first time I
Stay positive.
So you hear boom, 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 boom.
Way to lead by example.
To be fair, none of you know that Gwen can take anything with
Yeah, but
neither do I.
I.
Apparently, neither do I.
Yeah.
She is really dumb.
I'm not that dumb. How?
You have 9 intelligence. You're dumb.
That's just like subpar intelligence.
Okay, so who wants to go next?
So,
I'll go. Someone else does.
Ryan,
Doesn't Reuben have to go last?
Not necessarily. I mean, I guess so.
No, because it's just a command word.
No, but you want to swing like super cool though.
Yeah, but Reuben also wants people to be able to see it, and it's just you dum-dums.
Oh no, Grandma's over there.
Yeah, but you have to consider your audience, Reuben.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did they set that up? I wasn't sure if I was metagaming with that or not. They are watching this.
Yeah, they're watching this at all times.
You're watching. You're being watched.
Okay.
well, so Ryan, what do you think you can do from that side to help people across?
Throw rocks at them as they try to climb.
I could do that. I could
It
just
seems counterproductive.
Depends on the goals.
I'll like say encouraging, like, come on, boys, you can do it. You can do it. I believe in you.
Okay. Let's make a persuasion check.
No.
You guys do not believe her.
You made it worse.
You guys all have disadvantage on this roll because you
Is she dead?
Glenn is not helping. Okay, who's going across second?
All right, I'll go just because I tied the rope. I'll be the first to test it out.
Mhm.
So we roll acrobatics.
Athletics.
Okay, I'm gonna, knowing that my persuasion didn't go over too well, I'm gonna try and intimidate them.
Ooh. Are we really at a disadvantage?
No.
So Bryant, you have the option of either using a point of inspiration to re-roll that, or taking that as you're just gonna take a long time essentially to get to inch your way across.
I'll use my point of inspiration then.
Okay.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
7 leaps and bounds across the rope. I mean, kitties can balance on some pretty serious stuff.
Have you ever seen those videos of a kitten walking on top of a pool cover? It's like that.
It's like
You're just like a whisper on the wind.
it's like those douchebags in college that do the slack.
Yes, slack lining.
Slack lining.
Yeah.
And you're playing an acoustic guitar as you cross too.
All right. Okay, who's next?
Crack Sizzle's gonna go. 5.
What the shit?
Oh,
You're a bird. You should be great at this.
So, Sam, the as you cross the hempen rope that 7 tied to the rope, which was a very, very strong rope, you came over to where it was tied off to the rope, which was tied by a very, very dumb magic rope, and that knot comes loose. So now make an acrobatics check.
My rope dumb.
It's a dumb rope. It's not sentient.
it's intelligent.
So you have to make an acrobatics rope to roll to stay on this fucking.
Okay. Acrobatics.
Come on. You can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay. I'm gonna cross. So you fucking pirate swing across, totally stealing Reuben's. And you scramble up the rope.
Okay. So as Crack Sizzle's swinging across, he shouts out in Reuben's perfect voice, "Not today!"
Reuben quietly goes,
Does he need to do athletics to climb up?
Crack Sizzle, he thinks he's all that, but this was really a life or death kind of grab for this rope. And so when you swing across the chasm, you slam into the wall.
Okay.
And take 7 damage as you whack into the wall, and you're like, and then
altitude on here.
After taking a moment, you climb off the rope like, okay, play cool. It didn't hurt that bad.
I just look at Gwen. Crack Sizzle just looks at Gwen so mad. Could have just carried me over.
Sorry, I'll give you a little head ruffle. Say sorry, buddy.
so it's just Reuben now, right?
Correct.
Yep.
So he looks down, he kind of rolls his eyes a little bit, and it's just like, God damn it. And then he snaps his fingers, and the rope goes from Crack Sizzle, and he holds his hand up and grabs it.
Indeed.
All right.
And then he makes a leap.
All right, make an acrobatics check. That's good enough for this.
Should be fun.
Yeah, this isn't a difficult roll. It's just like a 60-foot chasm, magic rope. That
Yep.
Yeah. So you scramble up and
you go. That is how you do that without fucking it up. Amateurs.
Crack Sizzle says it didn't hurt at all.
And then I snap my finger again, and the rope coils onto my belt.
All right. Well done.
First challenge underway. Well done, guys. That was creative work there.
Okay, so that was 2 of your squares. So you got 2 more squares today.
Okay.
So then we'll make one more roll. So 7, can you make another nature check on on navigating them through the tunnels?
Nice.
So 7 manages to find a relatively safe path through the tunnels. It's definitely slow going through all of the darkness and the branches of the various tunnels that you guys go through and the hazards and things that you need to avoid. But seven directs you guys in a reasonably decent pace through the tunnels. And then you guys are starting to get tired unless you want to try to push through the night and not rest or anything like that. It's time to go to bed.
Historically, we have really wanted to always go to bed.
Yes. We are a fan of sleep.
I mean, we have a grandma. She needs her sleep.
Let's go to bed. I think we should.
Yeah, let's just take a nap.
Oh, that means I have to talk to those dum-dums again, potentially.
Not tonight. You guys make your camp and make some food and settle into bed. And when you lay down, you think about the like potentially like miles of rock that is above you. Like you're not even really sure how deep you are, but you assume you're infinitely deep.
Maybe the whole
Reuben just the other day goes, how deep do you think we are? Like infinitely deep?
Could be. And just as you're about to fall asleep, you feel this little rumbling in the earth, and you think maybe it's the rails or something else moving around down there. But it starts to get a little bit more intense. And little rocks and debris fall loose from the tunnels around you as it kind of like pulses, rises up and kind of pulls back a little bit, and rises up again, and as you're kind of feeling you're kind of starting to wake back up. You hear a voice, a demonic voice emanating from the darkness that says, I see you, mortals. Don't think that leaving Faerun can protect you from a demon lord. And his voice reverberates through the stone around you, and you all kind of like shoot up in your beds. And are left.
And Reuben shouts, I know you are, but what am I?
And you have to look at each other like,
I'll sort of, I don't know, I'll stand up and get my sword and shield ready.
The shaking subsides.
Okay. Who here pissed off a demon lord?
We probably all did.
Yeah. Could be anyone, really.
Do you think it?
That's what all of you are saying?
Yeah.
Could be anybody.
We think back to the what is it? The happy cud, and just
the gentle cud,
and it burning down.
Yeah, those are a bunch of fantasy hipsters, not a demon lord.
We don't know that.
You guys ignored a lot of.
All right. Well, I'm gonna fall back asleep.
You lay down and you say, let's just sleepy time.
Like, the specter of death is telling me he's coming for me soon? Great. Great. End it, please.
Let's just go to bed now. Everybody sleep tight, okay?
I just give everyone like I put my
Okay, so we're taking a long rest. What does that constitute mechanically for the game?
You regain all your hit points.
Everything's filled up. Oh yeah.
So do I roll for my disease?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm getting tired of being diseased, and that's Constitution saving throw, right?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. There we go.
There. All right.
You.
Point back as you cough the last of this like shitty shit up out of your lungs.
Despite seeing a demon lord in the night, I'm like, oh, okay, let's Okay.
My stomach feels strong
Feeling
tonight.
much better.
So you're no longer diseased?
Right.
High
No
five.
longer just.
Excellent.
That'll teach you to wash your hands.
I'll give Sam a point of inspiration for overcoming.
And why don't you guys, when you're in your long rest, can you guys all roll perception for me? Everyone but Bryant roll perception. Bryant roll nature.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
Ooh.
Okay. So Matthew and Crack just sort of like Reuben and Crack, as you're sort of like resting up, packing up, whenever you're doing it, you guys find this fungus that is a large cask-shaped thing, and it looks like fresh water is stored in it. It's like it looks like you can store fresh water, and in the cups there are fresh water right now. But they, it's a few. It looks like a few gallons, and it looks like this could be harvested into something. And Bryant, you're no stranger to foreign lands. You've never been in the Underdark, but you know well enough that you should probably forage around. So as you're sort of going down for the night, you find a mushroom that it has like a really odd smell, but it doesn't. From what you can tell, it doesn't look poisonous. And you nibble on it. That you check it out, and you suddenly you have a pretty good sense of smell already, being a cat, but you notice already that you're what?
I thought you said Reuben.
Oh no, sorry. This is 7. Sorry,
Yes, 7.
This is 7. Sorry. And you gain Bryant. You gain advantage on wisdom perception smells that are perception checks based on smell for the next 3 hours.
Checks based on smell. Cool.
Yeah, but you also suffer disadvantage on saving throws against effects based on smell for the same amount of time.
So
you have super smelling right now, but you found a couple handfuls of these mushrooms, so you can do what you want with them. And then you guys found those big barrel stalks, so I don't know if you want to do any harvesting or anything like that. But that can all be done during your long rest, because that's the long rest is sleeping, but it's also reading a book and preparing your spells and all that shit.
I've been reading my cookbook last night before I went to bed, and the demon showed up.
So is there any? Do you guys want to take any of that stuff? Or
so like the mushrooms improve your sense of smell?
Yes,
they make you more sensitive, which also opens you up to smell attacks.
Yeah, they improve your sense of smell, but yeah, like if you were going up against something that was covered in shit, you might have disadvantage on things because it would be so horrifying.
And
Do you
then
guys think that would make it an interesting ingredient?
Potentially.
Yeah.
If it heightens a sense of smell, especially for a creature that doesn't normally have smell, like I bet a rock thing might
Makes
get a
the
kick
soup
out of
smell
that.
better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should maybe send some of that tonight when we do our rest. And Carlos, you're saying that this gourd is full of water that we found?
Yeah, it's like you see that these like 2 or 3 feet high, varying sizes. These kind of like they look like kind of cup shapes, like they're barrel shapes, and they're storing water in them, like moisture that's dripped down from the cave.
Reuben's been reading about plating, and he thinks that those could go a long way if we come up with a theme dish.
Ooh. Like that.
So he's going to definitely grab some of those, boys.
Let's grab that. Yeah. I think Crack Sizzle would be all about that too.
All right, so our fearless guide through the wilderness, 7, is ready to make another nature check as we move on towards Gnome City.
Meow.
Meow.
Right, meow. I was really pulling for 7 to just say meow in sentences like Super Troopers.
Think about just hissing at her.
Bryant, even though that the effect of those mushrooms has long off, you sniff the air and you smell something kind of foul.
Who farted?
It's some sort of gas. And you definitely see that there is a way around this, like this kind of like you can kind of see that there's two passageways, and it looks to be like a longer way around this, or you can cut right through this gas. But you don't really know what it's going to do.
Reuben's like, as a dragon, like I have a ton of experience with like weird fusion. This could be bad. This could be very bad, especially considering one of us is holding a torch. And then he looks at Crack Sizzle.
and then I look at his rope, and I just kind of sneer.
Why? What did that rope do to you? Oh,
You
God,
betrayed me.
All right.
Wait, so it smells like poisonous to 7?
Yeah.
How long will it take us to go around it?
It's going to cost you an extra move.
We got time to burn. Now's the time to do it.
It's kind of worth it to not go through.
Okay.
So I'm going to take you guys to a new map. You make your way around this and come up a different side where the smell is less intense.
Mike, you taking it through?
If you're all good with my direction, I'm a
yeah. No, I see where you're going with this. That's good.
Okay.
Let's just watch the DMs pat themselves on the back.
Oh, well, very good.
I mean, I just like
This is what I do to myself inside my own head when I run games. So it's just really funny to see it.
Okay.
Well, it is funny because like there are things that we do that like the other one doesn't necessarily know. Like in this, where he built another instance.
It's cool. Okay. So 7 points out to you all. You see this orange line that I've made here to your right bottom?
Yep.
He points out to you all that the gas is filling this lower chamber, and but you have a pathway to the upside here. So I'd like you all to make perception checks.
You run into something.
Brian's like, oh, the poison is good.
So
I just get gas.
Now he's stealing my sound effect? God damn it.
Yeah, I can steal any sound effect you get.
Okay.
I had the fantasy air horn. God damn it.
I love it. It's the best. Anyway, so Crack Sizzle spots moving out of this lower area. At first it just seemed like a reflection of the light and just the creepiness of the Underdark, but you actually see like an ooze that is sort of climbing up the cliffs here, and you make it out. And you see that there is an ooze making its way up towards you. And Crack Sizzle says, "Oh, watch out," or something to that effect. What do you want to tell the party?
I want to say Grandma, Kitty, Sneaky guy.
What is it?
Is it canon that Crack does not know?
Because your names aren't sound effects, so Crack does not appreciate like the quality of a name.
Fair enough.
So
you mystic air horn.
Yes. So Crack Sizzle, everyone's looking at him weird. He goes, "There's a giant like sludge monster or something coming our way."
All right. Well, I guess we should.
Yeah, so you should roll initiative, but 7 especially can tell you that bringing flame anywhere near this orange area is going to be bad juju.
For the thing that's in there, or for all of us?
For all, probably blow up the whole canyon.
For everyone.
I mean,
yeah, you might want to extinguish that torch, Crack.
Dang it. Okay.
But there is ambient light here. There is fungal.
Like phosphorescence.
Yeah, like if you extinguish the torch, I don't know how you do that, Mike.
Would you like to extinguish your torch, Crack?
Unfortunately, since I perceived it so clearly, that I should probably do that.
Okay, there you are.
Okay.
Live in darkness.
It's not that bad though.
But still, Crack Sizzle whispers to Reuben that, like, next time I hope we're not in caves.
And Reuben looks at him through his night vision goggles and gives him like 2 thumbs up.
This is Reuben's favorite thing now is cave. Now that you have night vision goggles.
Yeah, I love this. I love it, like, because honestly, metagaming wise, I couldn't see anything in the first session, and I hated it.
You guys just refuse to light torches.
We use organic lights.
All right, so what did we get for initiative?
Oh shit! I probably should not breathe lightning in here either. God damn it.
Mike, can I run the ooze?
You're welcome to. Yes.
All right, cool. Are they in?
Yeah, they're in the journal. Chapter 1, Wild Unaligned Black Pudding.
Oh.
Black pudding. No.
Delicious. We're gonna. Reuben opens up his ice chest.
So Matthew, Reuben gets plus 4 to his initiative. Is that correct?
It's my charisma modifier, which is 3 plus 3.
So that makes you 14.
Yeah.
Okay. Gwen is 19. Craig Sizzle is 17. 7 is 15. And initiative for Mr. Pudding. He gets a 16 and some change.
I know that Mr. Pudding is just a thing. That now, I want that to be a serial killer in an episode of Hannibal. Oh, yes! Mr. Pudding. Like an entire season, that's the big bad is Mr. Pudding. God, it's so creepy.
I'm actually like showing that show to my sister. We like finished the first season.
It's a fever dream of a show. I'm so glad it exists. I don't know how it came to be.
Yeah, which show is that?
Hannibal. Hopefully they're going to bring it back.
They get the rights to Clarice.
I think they got the right. They're working on trying to get the rights to Silence of the Lambs.
Oh my God, Michael! You terrible person.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, I hate this. I hate it. God, they verbalize
black pudding.
I don't know what you're talking about. What's so terrible? Who's
Nothing.
Gwen? I'm pretty sure it's Gwen's turn. I don't know what you're talking about.
No shooting lightning bolts while it's down there. Or Eldritch Blast.
I think Eldritch Blast wouldn't. It's like dark energy. It wouldn't set it off.
It's just magic damage.
Reuben doesn't know that. He just sees flashing energy.
I am going to.
I do assume that my electricity would set it off, though. Yes.
That's a decent assumption.
Okay. I mean, if we're clarifying.
Well, Grandma is going to move up here. Wait. Hello?
Yes.
Right 30 feet. And then I am... Let's see here. I'm going to... Sorry, go ahead.
Make a second perception check.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-oh. There's no God here, only darkness. And Mr. Pudding.
Okay, carry on.
Okay. I'm going to... I'm going to put my Hexblade Curse as a bonus action onto the Black Pudding.
He's going to get his little mask.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast at him.
Can I get a wow?
Yep. You want to wow, or you want to...
We just got it. Someone have that audio there of him just saying whap, 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 wow?
Shit.
Okay, first Eldritch Blast. Ammo.
Nice.
That's a hit.
And then... All right, so 13, and then it does an additional 3 for the curse, so 16.
Okay.
So Carlos, if you're running Black Puddings, are you on top of damage?
Yeah.
Okay, I will not
Pudding.
micromanage. I will not micromanage then.
Okay.
And now your second one, Gwen?
Second one. Is that 15? Is that it?
Oh, shit.
15 is a hit, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
And that does 8.
All right. So you just these, you use your little little wand or your rod, and it just you pew pew out at it, and they just like slam into this like sludge and just like it doesn't. You can't really see any sort of visible damage.
Yeah.
But it just it looked like it took some damage.
How tall is this thing?
It's just sliding across the floor right now. It's just like like an oil slick. It's not like that thing rising out of it. It's just like a moving ooze.
Oh, okay.
It looks like those inklings from Splatoon. Splooshy sploosh.
You're a kid now. You're a squid now.
Crack Sizzle! It is all you, buddy.
Oh, boy. What happens if we step close to this orange line?
It's where the gas is.
Yeah, as long as you're not in the line. So, like...
If I was here, that's okay, but if I was here, that'd be bad.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, a little bit of gas never hurt anybody, right? Guys, you talking? You with me? Yes.
I made that joke already 3 caves ago.
Ledge. Is
All
like
right,
a
fair
ledge
enough.
right here.
A small ledge, yes. It's easy enough to trans.
Like 5 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's a quick hop down.
All right, man. I don't know. I guess Crack Sizzle's he's gonna...
You can hold your action if you want.
So I can do my movement is different than my action, though. So what happens if I'm...
If you want to delay your turn, you'll delay your turn until you want to take it.
Okay, I'm going to delay my turn. I don't think that Crack Sizzle's really ready.
Okay.
Move into action.
Okay.
All right.
Black pudding?
How many feet? It's got 20. Okay, so this thing just sucks its way over to you guys, just like off the floor, and as it gets closer to you, you see it sort of coalesce into the tendrily gross whip-like arm, and it lashes out at you, Crack. And
Oof.
okay.
Definitely hits.
So it hits you. So it hits you just like square, like thud in the chest against the wall, and then you just feel the burn as acid just like rips into you. Wait a minute, hold on.
Jesus.
I just want to see something.
20 damage?
Yeah, 20 damage.
Oh.
Okay.
The artist formerly known as Crack Sizzle.
I mean, I'm moving up to Sizzle, I suppose. Holy cow.
That was a lucky roll on his part.
Yeah. Right.
He was about the max damage he could get there. Well, no, it's not.
Close to.
Close to. All right.
Well, and let's see.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So you guys see that. I think that it's fair that that it comes into view at this point.
Yeah, just like it's this thing is you see another one of these oozes blinking across the roof, and you just see as it just extends down and drops to the floor. But you guys,
turn 7.
Oh, well, Carlos was going to say a butt, but I don't know what it was.
I said fuck you guys.
Like we're fucked.
Yeah, the old fuckage.
So the number one goal is don't get hit. Good luck with that. And use the gas to your advantage. Good luck with that.
gas to our advantage.
Yeah, we should have blown it up.
But we would have got blown up.
You guys think way too far ahead. You gotta think in the moment.
I mean, you guys think about how gas works and how fire works, and you're pretty sure, it blows stuff up. Just go with it. I'm pretty sure that's like at least two of you guys have the flaw of just fuck it, go with it. So, so don't think about it too hard.
All right. I'm going to move up here.
All right.
And attack this one here.
Okay.
Oh.
But +9, does that hit?
No, it's a 1. Natural 1.
It's a fine 9, so we won't break your bowstring this time.
So Craxus will make a Dex saving throw.
Yes.
Oh, come on.
But Sam, don't you have the bullet catching thing?
Yeah, I do. I have deflect missile. Okay, I'm going to use that. I see how bad.
And you're going to fix it. Throw that shit.
Here we go. Deflect missile.
There we go.
There you go.
Yeah, okay. So I see this arrow just like whizzing like really loftily towards Craxsizzle's head, and like you hear a meow of like apology as it by, and then Craxsizzle catches it in a feather and just shoots it right into the.
All right, so roll 1d4 plus dex. Well, 1d4, and we'll just add your dex.
All right.
2. So what's your dex damage? Your dex bonus?
I only have one screen. 4.
Okay, so 6 damage. So you catch that arrow and just like sloop it right into the thing, and it it absorbs it, and that arrow just dissolved.
Ugh. I'm not putting a fucking sword in that.
Well, your sword is adamantium. Or adamantite.
Yeah.
That shit's made to kill fucking everything.
Yeah,
perfect.
I'll go for it again. Or actually, I'm going to go for this one.
Okay. That's a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you just
and Colossus
hit that
Slayer?
thing. Nope, it's not hurt.
Oh, right.
So it's like immune to piercing, or what?
No, it's not. No,
Hasn't
Colossus
taken
Slayer
damage yet.
only works on things that have taken damage.
Oh.
So no, it hits. These things are taking damage. It's that as you hit this thing, it's made of a corrosive thing, so your arrow is dissolved as soon as it impacts it. Like you see, like bits fly off it and stuff. So you're doing damage, but the arrow is gone.
Reuben's turn.
Okay, so this thing's right up in my face, right?
Oh, yeah.
I've fought in a lot of shitholes, boys, but never ones that are so full of actual pieces of shit that try to kill you. I do not like this place at all.
Trademark Reuben.
Weren't you just saying that you love
I'm saying that it could have been, some sort of demon nymphs or attractive like fairyland, but no, we got sent to a shithole.
Does this speech take his whole turn?
Yep. Yeah.
Am I looking at anything? Is there anything solid about this creature in front of me, or is it?
No. Well, it's just like a swinging whip right now.
Oh, and
then
FYI, Craxsizzle, if you want to jump in at this point, you're welcome to. You can take your turn before or after Reuben.
Okay.
Because the turn's almost over, so it's up to you.
Oh. Okay, so as Reuben's giving this really long speech about Craxsizzle just like walks back here and whispers.
You're gonna get an attack of opportunity on you.
Wait, hold on then. I don't
unless you have that key power.
Yeah, I can use the disengage key power.
Okay.
Where is that called? Yeah, that's a base ability for the key. So I use that, and it just kind of vanishes like a puff of air, and I whisper as I'm running away, like, give him the old breath. And then I run next to Grandma.
Are you going to do anything?
I'm going to throw a dart at the... As I'm running, I'll just toss another dart at the black pudding.
Has this guy taken damage yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cool.
And Sam, you could have also attacked it with the Marbler before you move. That is the other option, if you prefer.
Oh, could I retcon that?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm in the process of helping you, I mean, don't look a gift horse in the black pudding.
So I'll do that, and then I'll give the old toss as I'm running away. I'll attack with the marble really
You're
quick.
a bad person, Michael.
What?
Fucking black pudding. Jesus.
All right. So as you go, you're leaping. I'll walk you through this. So you take a mighty slash with your thing, just cutting that pseudopod right off, and you vault over Reuben. What did you whisper?
Give him the breath.
Give him the breath, and you land, and you turn around, and you see that pseudopod wriggling on the floor, and it's like, and now there are two right next to you.
Are they the same size?
No, they're both smaller.
Wait,
So,
did he roll damage yet?
oh yeah, roll your damage. Oh, okay, nice. And let me make a say. Oops.
Wait, how big are these?
They're much smaller now.
Are they big enough to fit in a cooler?
55.
You can fit
Did they?
some.
Do they both have
We
my
could use
curse?
the powder of dryness.
No. Do they both have the curse, Mike? With that,
They should.
they're both the same pudding. Yeah, it's so for what? Oh, wait a minute, Mike. Sorry, it does not take any damage, Crack.
Why?
Because it's immune to slashing.
Damage.
But you do split it.
No, I have magic damage.
Oh, that's true. That's true. It's magic. Okay.
It still counts as
It's
slashing.
still slashing.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
At least
So
you're.
it's split.
Wait, what?
You got
No, okay, read this though. One with the blade.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. No.
Overcoming
So it would do.
resistance, immunity, non-magical. Oh, okay. Cool.
So it's
Well,
it'll be fine.
No.
No, it's just overcoming resistance to non-magical attacks. Like if
Right.
it's immune to non-magical weapons.
Yeah, there are plenty of creatures that basically say like resistance to non-magical attacks. Like if you have like adamantine armor or stuff like that, that's part of that whole thing. It doesn't overcome the fact that it's a slashing weapon.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So you don't do any damage, but you split it in half. And now there are two smaller puddings.
Can I try to scoop one up in my ice chest?
But you're over here, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm moving next to Grandma.
It's still too big to fit the whole thing in the ice chest. Well, let me make a generosity roll. Okay, the one that was with the pseudopod, Matthew, could fit in the cooler.
Oh, I'm totally using the cooler as like putting it over its head to like fucking scoop it.
Okay, so you're gonna fucking like jar that shit. Okay, so that'd be a grapple. So make an athletics check.
Get up in there. Gotta move up in there.
I didn't move, but the blobs did. I guess so. They moved backwards.
Yeah.
So you could just move forward one.
Okay.
Yeah, they split in half.
Okay, just making sure. That one.
Sure. Yeah.
Athletics, you say?
Yeah.
I hate this.
Holy shit! So you thing and it is in there, and you cap it, and it is in that. It's in the cooler, and you're like, okay. I guess Ragnar's gonna have to deal with a fucking hostile black pudding when that's delivered to him.
I just say to go.
Could you at least give it like with that roll? You like scoop it up and you give it a quick spray with the perfume.
No, I'm not.
No, it's just a straight black pudding. You go.
It rattles a little bit like one of those ghost traps from Ghostbusters. guys, that was pretty fucking cool. So yeah, I scooped up that black pudding.
So, unfortunately, though, because no time had passed since your last cooler run, it just dissolves the barrel stocks. So it is now just a cooler full of black pudding.
Hey, man.
Right.
Whatever.
They said send back exotic ingredients.
And there's nothing.
I guess that's true. All right, so we have to delete the barrel stocks.
I got it. I put it in there.
All right, but I'll just take it out of the quantity.
Oh, yeah.
So we never sent it. So now we have black pudding.
I don't think that counts. I don't think that we're going to count that as...
What?
We're going to see... No, we're going to see what comes of that.
I think that... But we need to mark down that we sent it out. That's important.
Fair. It's one black pudding.
One hostile.
Is that my action, boys?
Yes,
That's
it
your
is.
action, man. That was a good action, man.
Any props for Reuben?
I don't have any to give you.
I'll give him inspiration for that.
Woo! There we go.
Do I add that to my thing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Cool. That's a little dragon. Hey. I'm sort of on the ground holding it as it wriggles. With the box is sort of like jumping.
Gwen, it is your turn.
All right. I am going to jump. Not jump. I'm going to move.
Just push Crack out of the way.
Push Crack out of the way. I'm going to
Facepalm.
so I can get a little bit more distance between me and that piece of shit.
You can throw all that shit back, and then we can light it on fire.
Yeah. Could I push it back with the fan? Is the fan strong enough to push it back?
The poison?
No,
The gas.
Well, I mean, it would be the puddings and the gas, I guess, would be affected by it. I just don't know how strong the gust is from the fan.
It definitely could move the gas.
Yeah, it could move the gas. I don't think it could move the puddings.
Okay, cool.
These things can cling to the ceiling, so...
Okay. All right.
Use the fan! Or don't! Your call!
If only we knew the keyword, the power word for the big ship, I could just throw it in the air and turn it into a ship.
Why would you want to do that?
It would dissolve our ship.
Yeah, I like that boat.
It's magic. It wouldn't dissolve.
So, Reuben takes 8 damage for touching the black pudding.
Oh, but he got a 20, Mike. I think...
Okay, well, and Crack Sizzle attacked it with a melee attack.
Oh, that's right. Yes, when you attacked it, though.
Anyone that attacks or touches the pudding takes damage. Because it has a corrosive form.
But I attacked it with the sword.
I know.
It's like splashing it on you.
Yeah.
Sploosh.
Yeah. So where did we come down on my...
Hold on, so do I take damage?
Yeah, here, let me... What is it? 1D...
D8. Matthew, Carlos is going easy on you, I want to say.
I mean, I could say that,
But
but I don't know what
a 24, a natural 20 on that, like, that's... I'm sorry.
I'm attacking with a fucking ice chest. I mean...
He's using a magic cooler. No, it was nothing but net.
All right.
As this thing was snaking up in the air, Reuben deftly navigated it all the way down, just without touching a bit of it. All right.
Okay.
So
where did we come down on?
Yes. Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
My Hexblade Curse, is it on? Is it
yes.
on that other one?
Yeah, it was split. So
Cool.
Seems like it's the same creature.
All right. I'm going to just blast it, and hopefully something happens. 11? That hit?
That hits.
Cool.
These things have shit for armor class.
They're easy to hit. You just don't want to hit them.
So that does 13.
Okay.
And one more. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And that does 11.
All right. So as these two beams of like crackling eldritch energy arc out from your little rod and slam into this black pudding, you just see it like rise up one more time and then just like fizzle out and just sort of melt into or not, just kind of like dissolve into an acid puddle. So be aware that this one right here is just a ground hazard.
Okay.
This one is not. We can actually remove this one from the board. So that one's completely gone. But this one is, don't step on that. But yeah, good job, Gwen. You murdered a black pudding.
Yay.
In cold
Seven's
blood.
turn. Oops, my bad.
If only I had been hurt, I would get...
7 up.
I'm actually, before my turn is over, I'm going to use bonus action to cast Hex. And I'm going to put it on this guy. That other guy that's left.
Okay, you place a curse on the target, you see within range, so balance, deal it. So it's just you, right?
Yeah,
It's just him.
And
put the face on him, Carlos?
Yeah, I got it.
Let's say he has disadvantage on dex checks.
So Crack looks at the black puddings and goes, "Fuck these guys. This is not my bag of tricks right here." So how far is this guy from me? 20. Alright, so for Crack Sizzle's not going to do anything like attack. He's going to drink a potion.
There you go. Good job.
So roll your whatever the potions were, d8s or something.
1. So 2d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
8 hit points, unless you want to roll it.
I'll roll it here.
It's a pretty good roll, though.
Yeah, I would take that roll.
I'll just take it.
Doesn't get much better than that roll.
Yeah, all right. I'll just go with that. So,
It gets precisely 1 better than that roll and 6 lower than that roll. So.
yeah. No, okay. Just angrily, Crack Sizzle drinks it, and he feels a little bit better about it. He's not as salty about this. The fucking pudding's trying to live.
Okay. 7. Now it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to back here.
As far away from the pudding as you can, yes. That's right. Still hits.
God. Still hits?
Yes.
All right. 5 piercing damage and also the Colossus Slayer.
8 damage to the slime.
Alright, so another arrow gone.
All right. And then I will...
It's not like you're getting those back anyway.
It's a good thing we have infinite arrows. Just for dramatic effect.
Except for the one moment Hawkeye can't find one.
Alright. That's another... So just another arrow just rips another little piece off it.
And dissolves on the ground behind it.
Mm-hmm. Reuben.
Open to suggestions, everybody.
Give him the breath.
Yeah, breath weapon.
What's the range on that?
It depends on what type of dragon you...
I think 60-foot line? Or is it 30-foot line?
I think it's a
I thought it
30.
was a cone.
Yeah, it might be a cone for him.
No, he's a line.
Oh, okay.
Or is he a cone? I can't remember.
I'm my own dragon.
You tell me, Reuben.
We didn't when we created the character.
It's on there. It's on there.
Where would it be?
What color dragon?
Oh no, yeah, you're right. No, but didn't I make a thing for it? Breath weapon. There we go. 5 by 30 line.
30. So as long as it's within 30 feet, it's in range.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So you need to move a little bit closer.
Yeah, I'll move a little bit closer.
And you're lightning?
I am lightning. So yeah, and then I just click on breath weapon, correct?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it does.
7. But wait, I need to make a dex save, right? Is that the thing?
Breath weapon. Saving throw dex. Versus DC.
It has disadvantage?
Yep. Because of the hex.
Ooh.
But Carlos.
Yep. But.
Oh no! Matthew! You breathe on this thing and it crackles with electricity. Looks like it's probably grounded.
The electricity dissipates into the ground and it shakes it off.
Well, that's not the first time that's happened, and it probably won't be the last. He turns back and it's like, you guys try breathing electricity at things.
All right, Matthew, you have a little bit of movement left. What do you want to do with it?
It is correct. I do have some moves. I moved.
Don't step on the goo.
Nah. I can try slicing it, but that doesn't seem to be doing anything.
No, that would be a bad idea.
Yeah, but the rapier is piercing, actually.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hop in and try that. But
you don't have another attack.
No, so I'm trying to figure out where I want to go to be able to do that next.
Where the pudding got taken off the track, Mike.
Wow.
My bad.
I'm gonna go.
The pudding hasn't gone this round, so let's.
I'm also gonna use hide.
The pudding goes after Gwen. Oh yeah, it didn't go this round. Yeah. You're gonna use hide. Ah, okay. So roll stealth, I guess.
Yeah.
Stealth.
Disappears.
Right. You see Reuben there 1 second, lightning flashes, and then he's gone.
What dragon? I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Since Reuben is no longer the closest thing to it that it perceives.
Oh, shit.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, it can make it to crack.
But I'm just seeing. I'm trying to see what it can see because it's. What is that? What is blind sight, Mike?
Blind sight means that you don't need light to see. That you sense like vibrations in order to see.
All right. Well, I mean, Reuben's rolling those 20s, so he's probably even if he can see some things, I'm probably going to ignore him. So it goes over to you, Sam, and whips out at you with another one of those pseudopods.
Fucking dragon. Woo! I thought it was pseudopop, and I'm like, that's a really terrible name for an attack.
So it just you narrowly dodge this thing, and yeah.
Man, that is a bad roll.
That's that. So now it is Gwen's turn.
Wow, it's a really bad. All right. Well, let's. Okay. What I'm going to do is
run away.
Should I attack it or should I?
Should I stay or should I go? I mean, you saw at one point that hit it hard enough that it split into two smaller, manageable monsters.
True. That just means there's two of them that can reach out and touch us.
Right. They pulled from the same hit point pool, or were they truly split in half?
It split them in half.
Yeah. I don't know.
I would just nuke them down.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just keep throwing those blasts. First one.
Yeah, Master Blaster.
Hey. Oh, that's definitely hit.
So, woof. All right, and your second one?
And Hex does an additional 4.
Woof. All right.
And And then my second one. That hit.
That hits.
Does 8. And then an additional 6. So
Good
15
old 7
and
AC.
29.
Nice. So just like these two bolts just rip into it, and you see this hex energy just crackling around it as like shadows weave in and out of this ooze, just kind of like tearing it apart.
Oh, of course, he's not grounded to magic.
It's looking like pretty haggard right now. It's like having trouble kind of staying. It's halfway on that ridge, and it looks like it's kind of slipping down a bit.
All right. Black Pudding, do what you can.
So it
Wait, Black Pudding, it's another turn?
Yeah, it just went.
we lost it last turn.
It got the end of last turn. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
It delayed its turn.
Delayed its turn.
Interesting. Does that hit?
Does that hit you?
Who, me?
Crack?
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
My AC? Yeah, it does.
Oh god.
Oh god. Jesus.
28 damage.
Paint us a picture with words.
Okay. So this thing, it's
Wait.
haggard.
16. If it ties my armor class, that's...
It hits.
Damn it.
It rears up, and a wave of this black ooze just washes over you as it slams you up against the wall, pulling you up, pulling you back, and slamming you up against it again. And you are just just dissolving. Like your feathers on your face are almost gone. Like you're getting down to the bare crow.
How much damage did I take?
28.
28? I think I drank that potion. I did. I mean,
Uglier than a bird without its feathers.
Yes, really.
I currently have 2 hit points.
You're naked. Your clothes are gone.
Yeah.
That's fine.
This is some fucking Dark Souls shit.
You see his weird bird penis.
Yeah. Crack Sizzle's really lucky that it doesn't actually wear armor, because this thing dissolves armor.
Glad I answered that question last time.
Oh my god!
So those vestments that Crack Sizzle has, those are not a thing anymore.
We're gonna be pulling a Pretty Woman when we get to Gnome Town.
Okay.
Slice it with the marbler. Cut it with the marbler.
Don't run away!
No, okay.
Run away!
You can take an action and then you can move, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Alright. So, just in like a crazed panic, Crack Sizzle throws a pinch of the dust of dryness onto him. Does that do anything onto the Black Pudding?
Not in this state.
What, Carlos?
Not in this state. Well, you know what? How much are you putting? Just a pinch?
I don't know that Crack Sizzle. No, he's not. He gives like a whole handful. Like it's like a panic.
So you're throwing the whole bag at it?
No, let's see. I have 7 charges. 5, like a fistful of the dust. So there's 2 charges left.
Pocket sand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea, Carlos.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna make a. Okay. So Sam, you see as you throw these balls at it, this dust at it, as this weird skin-like substance just goes around it, and 5 balls of this come off it, and see, okay, yeah, it looks like how much? Let me see how many hit points are left. Why isn't it selecting it? Oh, there we go. You look like you took about a third off it.
Okay.
Nice.
So then Crack Sizzle spins a key point and sprints, because I don't have a whatever. I don't suffer the disengagement attack, and then I just sprint right behind Grandma and just quivering, just this like naked mess, just crying.
Don't hurt me.
Just terrible.
All right.
Seven's turn.
So how's this thing looking?
Not good. I mean,
Sure.
it's like it's pretty.
It's a cornered animal at this point. It almost murdered our friend.
Oh man! All right, Sam.
I can't even see his health bar. It's so tiny.
I know.
I have 2 hit points. I have 2 hit points.
I'm debating whether to give you a healing spell or try to finish it off. I don't know if I can
He's
trust
fine.
Reuben. He's just gonna hide behind a rock.
I'm not even sure Sam's in the room. He's like off in the darkness. Give me a caw his way out the cavern.
Yeah, you should go for it.
All right. I'll move back. Okay, so
Grandma, protect me.
I'll assume that hits.
Oh yeah. That's 7 AC.
Oh,
It's
okay.
pathetic.
And
It took damage from powder getting tossed at it. It's gonna
All right.
All right,
That was a
pretty nearly dead.
Yeah, it's getting smaller.
I'll do my second attack.
There's not a lot of ooze left. Oh yeah.
All right.
You have a +9. You can't not hit the thing.
Yeah, I know. Unless you roll the 1 like he did the.
Yeah.
All right, so it is just like it is barely a thing left. It's most of its ooze is just on the walls and stuff. It's barely snaking you guys.
All right, Reuben. What are you doing there in the
Polish it
dark?
off, Reuben.
Oh yeah, so I had a whole thing, but I think Ruben's just going to walk up to it and just stab it.
Okay.
Let it be so.
You hit it. All right, you stab this thing, and you notice your rapier sizzle for a second, but you shake the ooze off it, and it looks fine. That adamantine coating was probably worth it.
Yeah.
But you do take 7 damage from the splatter.
Yes, that's true.
Well, I mean, that's fair because I feel like I stab it and I kind of like whip it up and look at it and make sure it squirms a little
And it
bit.
just gets a little bit on your face.
Yeah, but I'm a dragon, so I kind of shrug it off. But I take 7 damage.
All right.
I had worse growing up in a family of dragons that breathe fire.
It is dead.
Right.
And you all continue to avoid the gas. Well done.
Nice.
Are the little glob of the dust? Are they still on the floor? The little orbs of trapped ooze.
Yeah, are they moving around?
No, you can collect them.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, those are.
So you got five. However many things they are of that.
Well, Reuben's not
Does it
opening
say?
the box back up until we send it away.
Yeah, how do we send out the? It's at when does the exchange of the box?
Every night.
Every night when you
at
sleep.
the end. Yeah.
And then, isn't there a way to contact the Mithril
Yeah.
Cookman? Isn't there some sort of?
Once a day, you can contact Ragnall.
Well, I'm going to do that hopefully before we send it back.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Give me a heads up.
So you guys have only moved half your day so far. You can choose to continue to move, or you can rest now.
I mean,
Um,
Reuben's fine.
No,
Crack just needs a little bit of healing. He'll be okay.
Walk it off.
I mean, can't
I can barely walk.
short rest.
can't 7?
Yeah, I'll throw some healing spells.
Yeah, you can throw a healing spell and take a short rest. You'll probably be back in action.
Do
short rest.
Short?
Yeah,
Do
so
they
short.
return spell slots?
Yes, it does.
All right, so I'm going to use both of my second level spell slots to cure wounds on Sam.
So that's 4d8 plus your wisdom modifier twice. I guess just
What's it look like when a cat casts magic?
Yeah,
With a naked bird.
Oh, kind of like a Kamehameha.
Okay.
Okay, so we just see. So why don't you roll those heals there?
It was, what was it? 4D, 2D. It's 2D, isn't it?
Yeah,
no,
but
you
you're
just
doing it twice.
If you just click the spell in your list, it'll tell you. It'll print it for everybody.
All right. So yeah, just so roll 1d8, or sorry, 2d8.
2D8 plus 4 twice, right?
Yeah, or you could just do 4d8 plus 8.
Okay.
We solved your Jello puzzle. Fucking pudding. Ugh.
Whoa. Nice.
Woo.
Oh, yeah, top them off.
That's,
Oh, dude.
So, all right. So you hear seven just going meow, 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 and just like touches Crack, and Crack. It almost hurts a little bit as these feathers just regrow themselves. And you know you have a few still kind of like burnt patches everywhere, but you're feeling.
That's just how the cracks his legs when he jumps back out.
All right, so moving on.
All right, so I'm gonna take you guys back to
And
the
also,
movement
I'm
map.
still naked, right? Like my clothes
Yeah,
are
yeah.
gone.
The clothes are not
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, but now feathers are covering your weird bird dick.
Okay.
It was staring at me. It was uncomfortable.
Jealous much?
No, more frightened than anything.
All right.
We have 2 more spaces.
Yeah, get 2 more spaces to move. So 7 make another nature check, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah, that is nice. All right, so it's time to rest for the night, unless you plan to press on. So that's -2 off the clock. So you guys gonna rest for the evening?
Yeah, and I pull out my little communicator pen.
Okay. So the way that it works is that once per day, you guys can cast a message spell to your to Ragdoll, and you can basically take a breath and communicate whatever you wish to in one breath, and then he can respond in one breath.
Mm-hmm.
So think about what you want to say before you do the thing.
I don't think Reuben would think about it.
No, he totally just like bloop.
One breath.
Captain Chefman. I'm not sure how ranks work in the cooking business. I haven't gotten to that chapter yet. But anyway, the black puddings are in there, super fresh. And by fresh, I mean murdery. So, have fun with that. Bye.
Ragdoll, any thoughts on that odd message? Carlos?
Is all you hear.
That's one breath.
Rock on.
Roll nature, right?
Oh, shit,
I think you
my
did, right?
inspiration's gonna go away.
Yeah.
I thought that was
last time.
Yeah.
That was last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Not a 1.
Mike, can you roll me a
I can. I got a 12.
A 12. Okay. Give me 1 second, and we'll see where we leave you guys off.
I'm correct in assuming that my point of inspiration will go away before we do that next time, correct?
The one to give away, or the one that you got?
The one that I received.
No, that one stays with you. The ones that disappear are the ones to give away. Like you either give it away or it's gone.
Cool. Cool. I would have been bummed.
You guys come across a small ruin hidden in the Underdark.
Phew.
It might be the creation of a subterranean race or a surface ruin that had collapsed. You don't really know until you check inside.
Reuben's already moving that way. He's already like halfway there.
Do you think that there's pudding behind this place, guys? That's what I want to know.
Like a lot of pudding.
This
Like
whole place
how
might
much?
just be made of pudding.
Don't be a pussy.
I think we can leave it at that, Mike, and then we just, you have stumbled upon some ruins in the Underdark, and we'll resolve that next week.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for the game.
Sounds
Yeah,
good.
thank you
Sounds
much.
good.
All right, talk to you guys later.
You're almost in Gnome City. It's happening, you guys. It's happening.
Can't wait to meet Noam Chomsky, guys. I'm very excited.
Oh, boo.
Boo. Boo.
I just put black pudding in a to-go box.
That's fine. That's
You should also make note that you have 5 balls of the black pudding as well.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
5 black pudding balls.
Gotta have black pudding balls.
So we have
You've mostly come across things that sound horrible.
What's that? Sorry, you cut out.
But you guys have mostly come across things that sound horrible.
To eat.
No, to us, sure. To giant rock monsters.
But I was thinking maybe that pudding could be used as some sort of tenderizer.
Yeah, like a rock tenderizer. That's what I was good. Same with the blood.
Yeah, that'll break down a living crystal heart, I'm sure. And listen, the ratings, the producers are going to go nuts when they open up that living black pudding. Reuben may not be Reynolds' favorite, but he's definitely Reynolds' favorite.
Yeah, we'll have some more heads up for questions for you guys next time.
Great.
And it'll be like a real reality show. It's what everybody wanted.
That's what everyone asked for when they're like, let's play a fantasy game. We want it to be reality TV. It's just what I always wanted.
Yeah. And,
guys, wait until you get to the word that I use to summon our ship. It's great. It's a good one.
I mean, as people who work in the entertainment biz, I hope you can appreciate the effort that has gone into recreating the really deep, corrosive slime that is reality television.
You've already put way more effort than reality TV actually does. So, well done, you. I'm so glad you didn't die, Sam. I was really worried.
Oh man,
I was gonna die.
But if anyone in your party dies, you're going to get a cleric after that because none of you guys are going to make this mistake again.
That's true.
You say mistake. I mean, I'm living my best life.
Yeah, seven has healing spells. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I don't know. I think that Crack Sizzle's the most traumatized, shaken ever.
Sam, your experiences might lead you to multi-classing as a cleric because you're just I need to find healing.
I think Crack Sizzle's going to find a god.
Yeah. Well, he does, but he has a god.
I have 2 gods. Crack Sizzle's already abandoned the Kinku god, and he's about to give up on this god too.
I know he's going to get born again and become a healer.
Yeah, maybe.